Thank you all for being here. My name is Ashwin Madia. I want to take about 3 minutes and I want to tell you who I am. And I want to spend most of my time telling you why I'm running for Congress. Who I am. I'm the son of immigrants. My parents came to this country from India over 30 years ago. And when they first got here, they had $19 between them. Their first purchase in this country was an $11 bottle of champagne. So they started off with $8. This country was very, very good to them. People in this country opened their hearts to my parents like you wouldn't believe. When they would start off, things were tough. And, people would take care of me for free when I was born. And people would, give them furniture and take care of them and show them the ways. And they were able to live the American dream because of the kindness of the American people. My family moved all around the country as I was growing up. We ended up in Minnesota when I was in high school. So I went to Osseo Senior High School. I graduated from there, and then I went to the University of Minnesota. While I was at the U, I was honored to serve as student body president. And during that time, I worked hard to keep education costs low for all students, to keep tuition low, to keep fees low, because it was important to me that cost was never a reason why someone decided not to go to college. After college, I moved to New York and I started law school. While I was in law school, I had the opportunity to do pro bono work for a lot of different groups. I got to work for immigrants that were seeking asylum. I got to work for battered women. I got to work for unemployed people that were seeking their benefits. And through each of these experiences, I feel like I learned and I grew as a person. After law school, I joined the Marine Corps. I was in the Corps for 4 years. I moved to Quantico and I went through basic training. And then I moved to Okinawa, Japan, which is where my first duty station was. While I was there, I got deployed a number of times. I got deployed to Thailand, I got deployed to Korea, traveled to Taiwan, traveled to India. And through all that time, I felt like it was valuable for me because I got to see a lot of the world. You get to understand how other people in this world view our country and how our actions have an impact on other parts of the world. Probably the most significant deployment for me was when I was deployed to Iraq. In September of 2005, I got orders to go to Iraq. And while I was there, I was working with the State Department, the military, the Justice Department, the United Nations, the European Union, and Iraqi judicial officers to build Iraq's legal system. We called it the rule of law mission, ensuring that their criminal justice system worked and that there was a respect for rule of law throughout that country in a place where, frankly, the rule of man had ruled before, where they'd been under tyranny before, so it was a new aspect to their culture. I got out of the Marine Corps last July. July 4th, 2006, I got out of the Marine Corps. I moved back home to Minnesota. When I first got here, I wanted to help get some Democrats elected. So I worked for Wendy Weil. I worked for Grace Baltich. I worked for Andy Vereen. I worked for Satvir Chaudhry. And I went door to door, and I was pounding those lawn signs. And I had a good time that summer. And it ended up being a good election for Democrats from sea to shining sea in this country. I started working at a law firm last fall, October 2006, and I worked there for a year up until about 3 weeks ago, where I left my job so I could campaign full-time. So that's who I am.